think that is what he's doing?
Well, I mean, there have been so many strategies, and people are just saying, you know, William Ruto is smart, he has a strategy, and the rest. But Fred, opinion poll shows that William Ruto is not lacking support of 86% of Kenyans. William Ruto has become that leader who looks like this thing they talk about, umbwa mwitu. Penye everywhere is being chased, one term here, one term there. Everyone is shouting this. And I want to say there's a wave. There's a wave, and this wave will go down with somebody. And that person, everyone knows. There's a flood. You know, when you build on the route for water, the flood will come and sweep that building down, no matter how strong it is. The Titanic went down. Is William Ruto bigger than Titanic? And this wave will bring down the Titanic, if it is a Titanic. So no matter what you do, tribal things are not the issue. Fred, since I was born, there is no community that has ruled Kenya, none. Kenya has been ruled by individuals. And those individuals are trying to use the community to pretend they are ruling on behalf of the community. Kikuyus have had it, a leader from Kikuyu land, for more than 25 years, isn't it? Kalenjins have had it. Now they are doing almost 30-something years. If you go to those areas, poverty is still eating those people. So there's no bank account for any community whereby if a leader becomes president, that account becomes bigger, this community enjoys. All these things are those people going to settle, those are just going to collect taxes on their own behalf. And they don't care about the people down there. We have Luo Nyanza, some of them call the same broad-based government. And the people who are dying there with the poverty is amazing. So according to me, the call is very clear. And even if you try to bring tribal issues, Kenyans went to the street on 25th of June, and the calling was one, reject the finance bill. It is an economic revolution. It's not a political revolution. It's not a tribal revolution. There is no tribe that is overbearing anyone. So tribal machinization will not work. And I want to say that when you look at now the issue of opposition figures there rising, though People's Daily are galvanizing them around tribes, they are not in the tribe basket. Mm-hmm. Kenyans are going to vote in the issues around. And if we cannot change the economy, if we cannot turn around the economy, mark my wife, Fred, even if Jesus Christ was to become the president of Kenya, even Catholics will say Jesus must go. Why? Because the economy is biting people so painfully. And if you look at the numbers of poverty levels are big, youth unemployment is a crazy idea. 1 million graduate from campus every year joining the jobless market. These cannot be solved by tribal, let's say, or coalitions. Even if we are talking about one term is the largest candidate in Kenya, but it has not yet gotten the person behind it. So at the moment it's leading, but opposition also have to find a way on which, who is this leading candidate among this one-term call. Okay. And if you look at those figures there, some of those people who seem to control those areas, they're not controlling them, because one thing which is lacking, let me land, Fred. Uh-huh. Some of those people have this word, former this, former that, former this, former that, former what? If they were not to be able to do anything in the former, why are we trust them in the current and the future?
We have a former SG for KNUT and also...
Yes, they never did anything, so former is nothing.
Yeah, what do you make of these meetings?
And I finished.
From
I did my I'm in another life.
Yes.
Yeah, I think trying to take the country and project the outcome of 2027 is too early. We are several months to the next election. And I think what should occupy our minds and should be at the center stage is the transformation agenda of the country. And that is what preoccupies the president. The meeting he had with the people of Kiambu yesterday, I think it majored on development issues very, very seriously. Don't read too much in terms of politics, because I think we are so enslaved to political happenings than to other critical transformation milestones in terms of changing the country, which the president actually promised. And let me tell you, the president will be re-elected on the overall performance around the pillars, the management of the economy, and general stabilization of the country, which I don't think we've had a very open president who is very inclusive, very transformative, and who has also managed to calibrate the economy and stabilize it within a short time from where he found it. The shilling is very stable. The growth rate. No.
Which country are you talking about?
The growth rate. I'm talking about Kenya. I'm not talking about what is in your minds, because your minds is a ballot box. These two, their minds, they are seeing the ballot box of 2020.
He has stabilized whose economy? Whose economy have they stabilized? Are they the cronies and friends of Kenyan economy?
The figures are clear. When inflation rate has come down from 9% to between 2.8 to 4%, and it has stabilized, that gives a surety of unlimited access of goods and services by Kenyans. That's an economic fact. Okay. When the growth rate is above 5%, that is very significant and has been ranked as one of the best in the world. That is a very good indicator.
Really?
When the shilling against the dollar is stabilized, those are facts. When we are out of debt distress, those are facts. And the delivery in terms of the pillars, delivery in agriculture, in housing, UHC, despite the challenges, I think the president has been very brave. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, it is Kenyans, all of us Kenyans who will speak.
Thank you, Bwana Susu.
But not two bitter individuals who would like to demonize everything that is going on.
Bwana Baraza, it would appear that
I think the overall delivery
change, it's
will
still
determine.
taking a tribal outlook as we go towards 2027. Even the president himself is just meeting groupings that are looking more tribal at State House, Nairobi.
You see, the problem in Kenya is that politics is tribal. If you are from a certain region, you become the kingpin, you'll be able to control that region. For example, Kikuyus have got their own kingpin. Kalenjins have got their own kingpin. Luyas are now looking for their own kingpin. Luos have got their own. So for right now, if you want to succeed in politics, especially for the bigger position, you have to look for certain tribe. And that's why the president was meeting Kikuyus in State House yesterday. And to me, that's a wrong trajectory. The reason being, we should not start meeting certain areas just because we want to lure them to give us votes. Like yesterday, he was saying now he wants to have Kiambu so that they can get development. But you ask yourself, where do you get development? Is it not from parliament? Do you get it from the presidents, or it has to go through the budget so the development can be gone? Are you getting that? Now, the president is trying to lure certain regions using development, which is wrong. The reason being, like us, for example, lawyers, we've not been to State House. Are you not going to get development? We're not, because unless you visit the president, it means you not get development. So my point is this: the president should stop those tribal meetings. The reason being, it creates a very bad impression in the Kenyans. We should just treat ourselves as Kenyans. If I'm to meet people, let it from several regions. But you see now, when you tell them that, look, we want to move away from Mount Kenya region, what impression are you trying to create to people? So it means Mount Kenya region has been taken by a certain person. Now they want to take away Kiambu from Mount Kenya so that the other region remains and the other one joins the other one. So my point, what I'm trying to say is this: Kenyans, we should move away from tribal politics. We should look at ourselves as Kenyans. The way Gen Zs used to say, we should be tribalists, we should just be Kenyans. So what I'm asking the president to do, he should avoid talking about tribal politics. He should just be talking about Kenyans.
Okay.
And that's what I should say.
Yes.
Two things come to mind. Number one, I want to urge Kenyans, don't be distracted by diversions. Oh, let us do a referendum. Oh, let's do the retire. We just want now to move Kenyans to begin now talking things that don't, they are not important to the Kenyans. Kenyans are paining. They're simply waiting for the clock to move towards the next elections, like you're asking. This issue of Kiambu or to move from Mount Kenya, please don't be diverted by this kind of drama. These are drama, some slogans being get for some people to divert attention. One, who talks about moving from where? We have counties today. We don't have what for? But number two, and please, I want to urge everybody who is going to be speaking as a leader. And that's why I have a problem with the people who call themselves leaders, either in government, even analysts, to begin talking about tribes. That is kind of talk about communities. When you talk about tribes, I mean, and I see people being called senators, leaders, all over in government, talking about tribes. Let's talk about communities. It's a more better word. Let's not behave like we are. So we talk about Kamba nation. We talk about Kalenjin nation, Kikuyu nation. It's okay for people of a nation, Fred, to talk about a certain cause. There is no harm with meeting people. The other day he met Kisii people. That's why when the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua is invited by the Kikuyu nation in diaspora, that's okay because they're the ones who paid for his ticket. You don't want to go to a game festival. It's not sung in Luo, game festival in the USA. If Abagusi community invited him for SDA, he went. Because people are organized by communities. What is wrong is a negative ethnicity. I mean, please, you can listen because I'm an authority on peace and conflict studies. Let's not make like being a Luya is something bad. Actually, we are telling Luyas right now. You know, I like the way he said that everybody else has a kingpin except Luyas. Please, Luyas, go sit down with all your, and please come up with somebody who can help you to discuss about the future. There is nothing wrong. We cannot demonize Fred being organized in communities. Long time ago, that's what used to happen before the colonialists come. Number two, let me tell you, the Kiambu people that you saw, I'll tell you today, the rating today, before the president went to Mount Kenya region, his rating was 14.9% in Mount Kenya, before he went around. When he came, and he is scientific, he loves science, so he'll send opinion polls. It was 4.9%. When he went around, he asked for another poll, it came down to 9.7. Now, then the people who were advising him told him, no, you shouldn't have come yourself. Let's first of all go to economic empowerment. Some more money was splashed out for economic empowerment. Now, right now, it's going to 4.9%. Now they are saying the solution is, let's go county by county. I'm here on behalf of Nakuru County. We are not going to go to that Shagini Nanzi of saying, oh, we are not this. Nakuru County is the face of this country. We are going to live together with all the communities. We are not going to be saying, oh, we want to get aside. We are not going to be part of this. Okay. Nakuru is face. We are not going to be drawn to that kind of a thing. As we speak today, the rating of the president in Mount Kenya is about below 3%. Okay. And I can tell you this. So the Kiambu already has about 1.5 million voters. The ones you saw there is okay. The only thing I saw, I don't know what is true. They were given, the Kisii and the other communities that were there, they were given 2,000 each. These ones were given 10,000. So let us have equality. So soon you can pass that one. Right. Everybody going to
4 minutes
going to
the end of the show.
To State House.
Each.
Let's be fair.
60 seconds only for your parting shot, starting with you, Prof. And let's keep to time.
First of all, let me say that all these things you are seeing at the DCI, NIS, judiciary, what will fight corruption, multitask agency, those are small screens because the country needs leadership and you lead in fighting corruption. You don't shout at it. Corruption looks like weather everybody complains about it. Just put on your jacket and weather the storm. Secondly, these politicians tend to campaign to us, giving us Singapore standards during the campaign. After the election, they now start executing and comparing us to South Sudan and Ethiopia and the rest. Let them live by the standards which they put across. And I want to say that Singapore declared corruption national threat to national security, national unity, national prosperity, and national competitiveness. Those are the things we need to do. And I want to say that President William Ruto should not tell people that he wants to take one region of Mount Kenya this way. If you love a region, you can't divide it, you keep it together. A father never divides his children. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Buena Asuncion, you go next.
I think the president's call and mobilization of the country and mobilizing all the three arms of government to fight corruption must be supported. Kenya must have a Damascus moment to deal with corruption, face corruption viciously. And corruption must be criminalized and punished, and therefore agencies involved should be coordinated and should work from EACC, DPP, DCI, NIS, and all the rest, including the judiciary. That's a fact for sure. If we don't collectively support the cause for corruption, then we are taking the country to the abyss. So we have a choice, all of us, to collectively support the fight against corruption. And for matters to do with 2027 is still too far. The transformational agenda by the president must be supported, particularly UHC. It's key. For all households in the country, delivery of quality education, it is key. And,
Thank you,
and therefore, all the other pillars must be delivered. Once the pillars are delivered, they're not delivered for the president, but they're delivered for the people of Kenya. And I think that is a big agenda. And for 2027, it will be an event on one day, the first week of August. And of course, President William Ruto will be re-elected.
Your 60 seconds, Bwana Baraza.
I think my call is to fight corruption. Because once we fight corruption, everything will fall in place. So like what I'm only asking, those institutions that are meant to fight corruption, they should also be able to hold politicians accountable. Because like you see every weekend, a politician giving out 3 million, another one who has a salary of 700,000, giving 2 million, 1 million. Once we crack on corruption, once we crack on contribution, then it means that everything is going to flow. For us to succeed as a country, we must wipe corruption out of this country. And I'm asking the president, for him to leave a legacy, the first thing to do is to crack corruption. If you can crack corruption, everything will fall in place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bwana Baraza.
Just two things, Fred. One, from where I sit, any more appealing to the president to fight corruption, it will not work. 3 years it has not worked. We gave him the opportunity, and thank God we did, and we don't regret, by the way, because it's also good to give people opportunities, and opportunities to be president. But unfortunately, and I want to say very sorry to the Kenyan people, because some of us were involved in this government, and unfortunately, whatever we had hoped is no longer working. And from delivering the plan, we are now delivering one term to just save the Kenyans from all this kind of trouble. But I want to appeal, and this is very important. Fred, please, let us do politics. Let us stop chasing each other to kill people. Please, the person of Honorable Rigathi Gachagua supported this government. He went out of his way to support, to contribute towards 47%. He never resigned from government. He was kicked out. He's a Kenyan like any other. So you cannot plan to, first of all, try to arrest him. When it fails when he's coming back, then you go to attacking with guns. Fred, I was in that place. The Honorable Rigathi Gachagua was supposed to die that day. I'm asking my president, because I voted for him. Please, Mr. President, we all believe in God. You cannot begin chasing somebody who helped you to be president. Please keep off the issue of following to harm the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua. It's not necessary, it is not godly, it's not legal. And by the way, the same God who put you there is the same God with Rigathi Gachagua.
All right.
Let us not go that direction. It's not going to be nice for this country.
Thank you so much.